Hey, racing fans. Welcome to my weekly broadcast here on YouTube Live. This is my first broadcast. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay and see me okay. Let me just double check. Just checking the sound and the video here to make sure that it's working. Hello? Okay, so we're ready to kick it off. Verified that it can be heard and seen here. So I want to welcome all the racing fans to this initial broadcast. This is the Harness Racing Handicap Weekly Challenge for the first week. And this week's challenge is DM's handicapping system versus the average fan. DM is me. I'm Des, so it's going to be my handicapping system this week that we're going to be watching. So just a quick disclaimer here that this Harness Racing Handicapping Challenge is intended for fun only. The picks made by the system owner or the average fan are not intended to promote gambling or to be wagered on in any way. There's no real dollar wagers being placed during this program, and the broadcaster, host, and guests assume no liability for any and all wagers placed by viewers of this broadcast. Okay? So what is the handicapping system challenge? So we all know lots of people that claim they can provide us with winners based on their unique handicapping system. This particular challenge is designed to separate the real winners from the real losers. Okay, so during this broadcast, we're going to have the system owners on here that have to make live selections using their system to determine the winners. So each week we'll try to have a different person on participating using their handicapping system. So let's let the challenge begin. So throughout the broadcast, the system owner might choose to share some of their system insights. This particular show is not designed to share or teach handicapping systems in detail. The system owners might have their own video classes in order to teach their systems to others, okay? But like tonight, I'm going to share some of my system with you. So let's talk about my handicapping system. So it's based on using the CompuBet data on HPI Bet. So it uses the set scale factors for some of the CompuBet criteria, and that criteria is, I'll show you in a minute, speed, class, form, driver, and post. And then I use a what-if sensitivity analysis for some of the factors that I'll show you to determine, which horses stand out from the others. Other factors are also considered. I look at, making sure that the data that CompuBet's providing looks reliable. Sometimes some of the numbers are off a bit, but I definitely look at how many races the horses had recently. What do you do with qualifiers, and what about how you project the race to happen? What's it going to look like at the quarter-mile marker? Okay, so this is CompuBet on HPI Bet. So if you click on CompuBet in here, you can see it brings up the race, and there's really 5 sliding weighting scales that you can adjust based on what you think is the most important factor for a horse to win the race. So we have speed, class, form, driver, and post. So, in my system, I really concentrate on speed and class as being the most important factors for any horse, and then the remaining three factors, form, driver, and post. I do a sensitivity analysis on those to see how that impacts the ranking. Okay. Okay, so what's the advantages of my system? So number one, it's pretty easy to understand and quick to use. You can analyze a race in like 5 to 10 minutes maximum. So you don't spend hours. I heard a handicapper talk the other night that, analyzing races is very tiring. So he didn't do more than maybe one track a night. But this particular system can be used at all tracks in North America. So it really can provide clear indicators to when a horse is a clear favorite. So I look at percentage of points clear over others, or when a race is too close to call, and really we should avoid it because no horse is standing out from the others. And in those types of races, you might want to consider long shots. So CompuBet provided stats. Also, they give you a good indicator as to which tracks might be more favorable to your system over others. And the nice thing about this system is it easily compares horses coming from other tracks. So you don't have to, look up speed ratings and everything else. Okay, the weekly challenge format. In the format, there's going to be 6 races as part of the challenge. The races to bet on are chosen by the system owner within the broadcast hour. It's going to be live action only, so these aren't past races, these are live. The simulated bet must equal $10 total on each race by both the system owner and the average fan. So we're going to allow partial bets like $2.50 or $3.33 just to round it to $10. Even though those types of bets may not be allowed in reality. The average fan selection will mirror the format of the system owner selection, but choose the horses strictly based on the lowest track odds. So here's an example race. You can see the horses 1 to 8 with number 3 scratched, and then the odds there on the left. So for example, if the system owner selects $10 to win on number 6, it's a win bet. Again, simulated wager only. The average fan would also do a $10 win bet, but on the favorite in the race, which, if we go back, was number 1 in this case. Okay, I had a different one in there. So the average fan would select $10 to win on number 2. The system owner, if we did an exactor, for example, and an exactor, $5 exactor, 6 with 1, 2, again, total $10, simulated bet. The average fan would mirror the same $5 cartwheel, again, with the lowest odds of the horse as they approach the starting gate. So the favorite on top, followed by the next 2 horses with the lowest odds. So in our race, it would be number 2 at 2 to 1, and then 4 and 5. Okay, so the average fan would choose $5 exactor, 2 with 4, 5. So in this case, we look at the results. Number 6 won the race. So if we had the win bet as an example, this is how we're going to track the performance. So it'll be a little spreadsheet with the 6 races, and we're going to enter the race that we're working on and the bet by the system owner and the average fan. So in this case, the system owner put a $10 win bet on number 6, and the average fan put a $10 win on number 2. So in this case, the result was 6185. So the system owner had a $61 payout, $51 profit. So the system owner bank is gone from $60 starting, because we have to have $10 per race, up to $111, while the average fan has dropped to $50. So throughout the 6-race schedule, we're going to monitor the bank status, as well as the net profit or loss, and the return on investment. Okay. So how do we evaluate the system performance? So at the end of the challenge, after the 6 races, we'll review the net dollar status and the return on the original investment, which was the $60, for both the system and the average fan. We'll also look at the average fan performance alone. If both the system and the average fan have a successful challenge, this could be a positive sign for the system, as many times the bets might overlap. And a good handicapping system knows when a favorite is a true favorite and will select accordingly. So that could help the average fan because the object here is to make return on investment, not necessarily to beat the average fan, but we could help the average fan because they're always going to be betting the favorites in our race that we choose. Okay, so over time, over these broadcasts, we'll compare different handicapping systems as the weekly challenges are completed. So let's begin our challenge. 1 hour max, and we're going to look at 6 races, okay? So I'm going to turn off this window. I'm going to turn on each document. Okay, so we're at the races here. We're in HPI Bet, and what we're going to do is take a look at a couple of tracks. So tonight we have looks about 1, 2, 3, 5 tracks available for wagering tonight. So the first track that's coming up here is going to be Northfield. Just having my systems a little slow here. Okay, so I'm going to look at Northfield. And we're going to run the system here. So as I mentioned, I'm in the CompuBet tab now. And I'm going to set the factors that I use. So I use starting factors of 12, 13 for speed and class, and then I set form, driver, and post to 10. And then I take a look down here at the points. You can see in this case we've got a pretty tight race, right? We've got 4, 3, and 9, separated by maybe 10 points, so less than 1%. It's a very, very tight race. If I do a sensitivity by looking at form, you start to see 4 and 3 separate a little bit from 9. And if we look at the driver capability, we see, again, 2, 4, and 9 very tight. Whereas before it was 4, 3, and 9, so 2's now coming in. And if we change the post, we see 4, 6, and 3 all at the same point. So this tells you that 3, 4, 6, and 9 are very, very close in the wagering in terms of who can win. So when you look at 3, 4, 6, and 9, they're all, 5 to 1, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, and 6 to 1. So in this particular case, it's a little bit of a guess. So I'm going to try a different track. So I'm going to switch over to Flamboro. And we'll take a look here. So in this case here, we've got, it's going to regenerate. Okay, so unfortunately my system is not showing video right now. It's just too tight, too much, not enough capacity on my older computer here. But you can see in this particular gap we have quite a spread, right? So I've set the sliders here, and we see a good gap of number 2 with 4. Now 10 isn't also eligible, so we don't worry about that. It looks like 2 with 4 and 7. With 2 and 4, a lot of separation to the 7. So in this case, we have 2, 4 with 7. I think 2 and 4 are pretty clear standouts. Good separation from the rest. Over 10%. So again, just set the driver scale, sensitivity analysis, 2, 4. So in this case, we start seeing the 7 creep up to the 4. So we might look at 2 with 4 and 7 as a wager. 2 with 4 and 7 is a big long shot here. So that could be a big payout, right? So we look at 2. He's only 6 to 5. So just for the sake of argument here, we're going to do a $5 exactor, 2 with 4 and 7. So I'm going to go to my spreadsheet here. So let me just share it on my screen. Okay, so we've got up the challenge spreadsheet, and we're going to enter on here that, of course, we're at Flamboro, and we're currently in race 2, and we're going to be doing a $5 exactor, 2 with, and we said 4 and 7, right? So 2 with 4 and 7, so a total of $10. We have to bet $10 as part of the challenge. So in this particular case, the average bettor is going to do the same bet, but they're going to be using the horses. So they're going to start with the favorite, which is 2, add the 4, but then they're going to do the 6. Okay, so their average is just going to be based on the odds. So a 2 with 4 and 6. Okay. Okay, so again, our bet is overlapping here, right? So in this particular case, let me see if I can open up a new window for Flamboro. Get some live streaming going. Okay, so it looks like the race is happening here. So I'm going to add it in as a video. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see that. So again, we're looking for 2 with 4 and 7 as our wager here. Okay, so right now the 2 is in the 2 hole, is sitting second. The 1 is leading right now. 4 has dropped back. Okay, so we're just going to watch this here. 2 sitting nicely in the pocket. I haven't seen the 4 or 7 come at all yet. So they're not looking too good today. But still a long race. Okay, so 2 is still sitting in the pocket. Don't see the 4 or the 7 in the picture yet. Still waiting for them to get going. Okay, here comes the 2 now. He's starting to move. Right, looking good. He's taking over the lead for us. You can see the 4 now. It looks like he's in 5th place. And the 7 looks like he's way back. Anyway, so we've got the 2 with 1 and 8. 4 is right in behind there. So hopefully at least he comes on for second. Here he comes now. He's starting to move. He's 4th. Okay, so we need at least the 2-4 to come in. It's not going to be a big payout, but at least it'll give us some positive return. Here he comes on the outside. All right, he's coming on. Looking good. And we got it. All right, we got the 2-4 here. Okay, so a big payout. Okay, so we're going to go back to our screen and slide that one. We'll go back to our spreadsheet once we know the result. The result of that race, it's going to be, so it was 2-4, right? So both the average fan and the system had that correct. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so I don't believe it was big payouts, but let's, we can take a look at it. So 2-4 looks like it's only going to pay about $7. Right, if we look on this here, 2-4, about $7 for a $2 bet. So we'll wait for the results. And we'll punch in our values. Okay, we should clear a net profit there. No problem. Okay, so that's basically a quick view how quickly we chose that winner. Pretty good standout, as I mentioned. We could have done the 2-4 straight. It looked pretty straightforward for a profit. But let's go to Pocono. That's a pretty good track. You can see there we've got a 29.6%. It's not great, but it's not bad, right? So let's take a look at this here now. When we put in the ratings, we can see that we got a good spread. 5 with 2 and 4 looks pretty good. Let's do our sensitivity analysis here. So again, 5 with 2 and maybe 4. 5 with 4 and 2. Again, pretty good. Get our post position sensitivity, and we get 5 with 2 and 4 again. Okay, so let's take a look at the odds. So 5 is big odds, right? So 9-1. So for some reason we got 7 coming in here as a big favorite. Trying to take a look. Don't really see why. You can just take a look at the last few races and see. One at 12,000, same purse, so pretty good horse. So let's see what else we have here. So 5 is the horse we kind of like. He's moving up in class, you can see. From 9,000 at Rosecroft to 12,000 at Pocono. He's coming from another track, so sometimes this is where you can make good money, right? Because horses coming from other tracks, they're not well represented in the track where they're at, because people don't know how to interpret the results, and this is where CompuBet really helps. So, okay, so I mean the system is telling us that 7 definitely looks like a good horse. But he's not, he's popping in here 4th. You may want to consider that. Let's take another look at number 2 just to see. Oh, he won at Harris back here, 11,200. Pretty good. Okay, so we got a couple of chances, right? We said maybe we're going to do 5 with 2, 4, and 7. All right. So just to cover ourselves. So pretty good payouts, 5 with 2, 4, 7. You can see 50, 34, and 48. So let's do that. 5 with 2, 4, 7. Pocono race 10. Pocono, race 10. We got Zactor 5 with 2, 4, 7. So in this case, I'm going to do a $3.33 bet. Just because I want to spend my $10, right? You can't legally do that kind of bet, but in our case, we're going to do that, and we'll prorate it if there's a payout. So we'll have to wait to see when it's post time here. Problem is, again, my system is generating video. Try to get video a different way here. Live streaming eats up a lot of computer. Time to get a new one. Maybe I can win some money today, right? To kick that off. Let's look at the result from Flamboro. What did it pay while we're here? So the 2-4 exactor paid $7.40. So let's go to our spreadsheet. We can type that in. So for $5, so it's going to equal 740 times 2.5 because 740. So we made $10 there, or sorry, we made $8.50. Now, these guys, the average bettor, also made that, right? Because, again, you know when a favorite's a favorite. So we just helped the average bettor by leading them to this race, right? So they're also going to make $8.50. So we're now up. You can see our net is $8.50. We got a 14% return on our investment, right?
One, 27 and 4, third panel.
Okay,
Scoot Roll trying to dig in and hold off Diamond Head, who's persistent. Second over, looking to close there is Dirt on My Boots and Billy Lincoln, a length and a quarter back in the pocket. Top of the stretch, and now the lead back to Scoot and Roll as he's fending off the charge of Diamond Head, and Billy Lincoln not closing on the inside. Scoot and Roll has an answer for them all. Tyler Buter, Scoot and Roll, another win by a length and a quarter.
All right, the 7-1.
Flying up late
Smooth
for second
roll.
There was Diamond Head, followed by
So,
third. Billy Lincoln was back to fourth. Scoot and Roll once again 150 and 2.
It's like the 7, so that was the favorite. So you know the average fan. Let's look at the average fan here because average fan would have bet.
Oh, an exclamation point there. Scoot and Roll was really pressured by Diamond Head first over. Had the favorite Billy Lincoln right in behind the pocket, and he accelerates away from them in the lane.
They lost.
Superlative performance here in the feature by Scoot and Roll.
Okay, so nobody won that one.
Judges have posted the unofficial order of finish. Race 10, number 7, Scoot and Roll finished first. Number 1, Sweet Truth finished second. Number 2, Diamond Head finished third. Number 4, Billy Lincoln finished fourth. Unofficially 7-1-2-4 race 10. Heading past the Hanover Shoe Farms winner's circle. Unofficial winner of tonight's 10th race, number 7, Scoot and Roll. 3-year-old Big Gelding by Rolf Joe out of Billmar. Scooter by Keystone Raider. Bred by Gene Oldford Farms LLC of Michigan. Tyler Buter of New York. Owned by Rick Howells, Lake Orion, Michigan. Jeff Howells, Pompano Beach, Florida. John Hallett the trainer, Tyler Bettor, a driving double, scoot and roll, 8 to 5 second choice, second straight in his class, 9th win in 10 career all this year, and the win tonight, a career best 150-2 for 7.
Oh, we had Claudia as well. She was on. So she's also a first-time learner here. Okay, so I'm going to shut down the race here. Just to get that audio off so you guys can hear me. Okay, so let's go back to our spreadsheet. So I'm sharing off this one here. And we're going to turn on our spreadsheet here and turn this one off. So, all right, so, you know, obviously on our spreadsheet, there was no payout there. So we both lost a little money. So we're down $1.50 from our $60, so negative 2.5% ROI, right? So we're going to have to move here. Okay, let's go back. So I'm going to share the HPI again, and we'll switch back to that. And we've got a couple of races coming up. We've got Northfield coming up here. So let's take a look at that. Our analysis on it. Okay, so we've got a clear winner here, right? Looks like 3 with 2 and 5. Now, you know, Ronnie Wren, he's a top driver. Tony Hall's a top driver as well. So let's take a look here. So 3 with, let's say, 257 right now. So 3 with 257. Three with 254. So 25 is pretty steady. It's like 3 with 25 at Northfield. 7 starts to creep in. So, you know, we've got 3 with 257. So let's take a look at that. So 3 is obviously the favorite. 2, 5, and 7. Pretty low odds, but you know, is it worth betting on the 7? Yeah, Ronnie Wren, Alex says you'd like to get a beer with him. But, you know, he's a great driver. If you watch him, he's probably the best driver at the track. Aaron Merriman is also a good driver at this track. A little bit overrated in my mind, but Ronnie Wren, definitely a good driver. So you can see this 7 horse coming in from Northville. He run at a lower level, but he won the race, right? He might have some outside speed here. So I think we might throw him in as a long shot, right? So we should probably go 3. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Let's do 3 with 2, 5, and 7 at Northfield, all right? So we're going to do Northfield, race 5. Race 5, again a 333 exactor. So we're going to do 3 with 2, 5, and 7. So 3's got to finish first, and then either 2, 5, or 7 second for us to be a winner, right? So that's what we got going on. Let's see what
I'm walking around with my head hanging down. Tell me where.
Okay, so the track at Northfield right now is, you know, they're still warming up here, so we have about a minute. But it looks like 3 with 2-5, and probably the 4 will be the pick here, but for the average fan as well. So nothing major there. Let's take another look. Let's go back, see what other tracks are coming up here. We got Flamboro coming up, right? So we had some good luck there earlier. So let's take a look. Okay, so we've got Stormy Hall GB. Well, that's pretty good. Looking at 800 points over 700. So that's like a 15% differential, right? That's very good. And then we've got the 4 and the 3 in there. Pretty good. So 9 with 4, 3. What does that look like? 9 with 3 and 4. Pretty low paying again, but that's what the system is telling us, right? So that would be, but that looks good. 9 with 3, 4 looks good. The only problem with 9 is it's in the back of 1, so they start behind the 1. But I mean, definitely a standout horse. We look at some sensitivity here. We can see, 9 with 4, 3, pretty separated. We're not worried about the 5 because he's coming off this Q, which discounts him a little bit. So in this particular case, we have 9 with 4, 3, or you gotta watch out for the 4. Let's take a look. If we do some sensitivity. Again, look at that. 4 and 9 are pretty much the same mark there. Okay, 4 and 9 again. So 4 and 9 are definitely separating. So we may want to box the 4 and 9. It's probably the right bet, or the 9 with the 4, 3. So yeah, very close. 4, 4, 9, 9 with 4, 4 with 3, 9. So in this particular case, we could. I mean, I'm just worried about the 9 pole. I think it's a tricky pole at Flamboro. Okay, so let's do the 4 with the 3, 9. So we're going to do Flamboro. And we'll do race number 3. And we're going to do $5. Exactor. 4 with 3, 9. Okay, so again, we're betting our $10. We're in race 4. Let's go see if Northfield is running yet. Not yet. It's not running yet. So we're still waiting on Northfield, which was our bet 3 with 257, right? So we got Flamboro we're waiting on. 4 with 3, 9 is the pick there. So let's go see, maybe Flamboro is running. It's getting close. So you can see 4 and 9 are pretty equal in the odds here. Okay, so we've got a couple of tracks that are running, but not running off yet. So let's go look at Pocono. Maybe we'll see a nice payout here. Okay, so we analyze Pocono, and we can see here we've got the 4, looks really good. 4 with 8 and 3. So again, 4 with 3 and 8, looks good. 4 with 3 and 8, looks really good. 4 with 8 and 3. Now 8's coming into the picture, but I still think it looks like a 4 with 3 and 8. So we're going to bet that at Pocono based on what I see there. I don't see any anomalies in terms of class. 4 is a little tricky. Let me just take a look at 3. Pretty weak horses here. But we're going to go with 4 with 3 and 8, right, from the system just to see how it works. So I'm going to punch that in. Race number 5. Pocono, race 11. So we're going to do $5 exactor, 4 with 3 and 8. Okay. So let's see if our tracks are running. Yeah, Northfield and Flamboro. Oh, so we've got Flamboro running. So let me share it. Oh, here we go. So looks like we got the 9 coming up. Remember our pick at Flamboro was we had 4 with 3 and 9. So I don't see the 4 in the picture right now. It's at the back. It's not looking good. It's fading. Looks like a bad bet. Looks like the 9's pretty good. It could pass here. It could be a 9-3. So we talked about that, right? 9 with 3 and 4. 7 is pretty strong here. 80 to 1. 7, 80 to 1, guys. What do you think of that? Oh boy, so geez, that 7's coming in at 80 to 1. Incredible. Okay, so we didn't win that one. 80 to 1. 7-3 looks like. All right, so let's see if we've got Northfield running. Oh, Northfield is running. Oh, it's over. What was that? Looked like 3-5-4, right, at Northfield? We'll see the result here. So what do we have at Northfield? We had 3 with 2-5-7. So we had 3 with 2-5-7. Let's see if it was 3-5. I think it was 3-5. Well, you can see the 7 was up there too. But so what do we have here? We have 3-5's coming up the inside. Yeah, so we definitely got that one. This is like 3-5-4. Yeah. So that one, we're going to get a payout on this one anyway. So let's take a look what the average fan would have bet. So the average fan at Northfield would have bet 3 with 2-4-5. So 3. Okay, so you can see what's happening here, guys. Looks like the average fan and us both won because we both had 3-5. So this result was 3-5-4. So let's take a look. So 3-5-4-2 was the final there. So you hide that one. I'm going to go back to our spreadsheet here. Okay, so we got 3-5-4 and 2. So let's see how much that paid. We know that Flamboro didn't pay anything, right? We lost that. That was the 80 to 1 shot. So we can get the price from Northfield now. So 3-5 paid $8. All right, for a $2 bet. and we had $3.33. So what's that? So I paid $1. 333 times $4. So 1332 is what we both earned there, right? So we're actually at that point we were up $1.82, but we lost our $10 at Flamboro. Let's see what happened at Flamboro with the result. So the result was 7391. Okay, so they would have picked 4 with 2, 6, 7. 4 with 2, 6, 7. 4 with 2, 6. The average fan would have picked, right? So they lost as well. All right, so let's see Pocono. I think that one's probably over. We missed it. Yeah, it's over. So let's look at the result from Pocono. So let me just share my screen here in Pocono. You guys can see the result. So, whoa. That's Flamboro, right? So let's go to Pocono. And let's look at the result at Pocono. So we had 2 with 3 and 4 as the result at Pocono, race 11. So we didn't get that one. We had 4 with 3 and 8. Let's take a look at what the average fan would have bet. In race 11, the average fan would have bet 3 with 4 and 2. So the average fan would have bet 3 with 4 and 2. Okay, so we're down to our last bet. You can see where we're at here. So let me just check Pocono number 10 just to get the result. Okay, so Pocono 10 was 7124. And Flamboro 2 Flamboro 2 was, let's see the results here. That one was 241 and 8. There we know we won that one. Okay, so these were zeros. So we're down to 4182. We started with 60, negative ROI here, 30%. Not good for the system, right? So let's take a look. We're going to pick our 6th race. Of course, we got to finish by 8 o'clock. It's now 12 minutes too, so we can be looking at this here. We've got to pick one of these upcoming races. Let's take a look at Northfield, see what we got. Any comments from the audience here? Any thoughts on picking here? Erica, what name do you favor here? Okay, so let's take a look. Like we got Northfield, Roddy Wren again, excellent driver. We know that, right? And Aaron Merriman, another great driver. So we got 5 and 1, both good. All right, standouts from the rest. We got 5 with 1 and 2. Take a look here. We still got 5 with 1 and 3. 5 with 1 and 3 again. And 5 with 1 and 3. So we could do a straight 5-1 or a 5-1 box. Or we could do the 5 with the 1 and 3. But I think, Aaron Merriman coming out of the 1 post, he's going to get a good start. Ronnie Randy's going to go. So I think we should really probably think about boxing the 5-1 or a straight 5-1 if we want to do that. Not good payouts. Let's look at another track here. We want to try to break even, right? We got to maintain the system. Okay, so we've got, let's see now, we got a 5 with a 1. We're going to take a look at another track here, Jordan, at Pocono. You can see we've got 5 and 1 with 4. Quite a bit of standout there. Let's reset it a little bit. So 5 with 1 and 4. 1 with 5 and 4. Pretty close. And 5 with 1 and 4 again. And 5 with 1 and 8. So 8's a little bit, but looks like 5 and 1 are coming up nicely. So, the 1, if we want to take a long shot here, right? If we think about that 1, Kevin Wallace, not a bad driver. He's not far off, We want to take a chance, maybe 1 with 4 and 5. It's probably a good bet. We can get a good payout here. So let's do that. We're gonna take a little bit of risk, move off the system slightly, because the system might say 5 with 1 and 4. We're gonna do a 1 with 4 and 5 in our effort to break even here. So we're gonna do Pocono, race 12. Okay, Pocono, race 12. $5 exactor. 1. All right, 1 with 4 and 5. All right, what does everybody think of that? I think it's a good finish, right? As Alex says, let's go for the big finish. We hit that, what kind of money are we looking at? 1 with 4 and 5, they're going to pay around $50 each. It's a $125 payout for a $5 bet, right? Because these bets represent a $2 wager. Okay, so we would be at 1 with 4 and 5. I think that's a long shot play, but I think we could pull it off. So that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so the average fan is going to do a 5 with 4 and 6. A 5 with 2 and 4. The average fan right now is doing a 5 with 2 and 4. That could change because we've got to wait until race time. But they're doing right now 5 with 2 and 4 and the average fan, and I'm doing a 1 with 4 5. Or we are, right? We're together on this, right guys? Okay, Jordan likes it. Jordan likes taking a chance, moving slightly off, but it's still definitely worth the odds. One of the things about the system, look, he's coming down now, 9-2, right? So people are starting to pick him up as a choice, right? So Alex likes number 6's name, Havana Onana. Havana Onana. Yeah, nice name. So it could be Erica's favorite. All right, so we want to make sure we open up Pocono here so everybody gets a look at the race so we don't miss it. This is our big finish, right? Okay, so we're not starting yet, but we're going to open it up on the stream here. Make sure everybody can see it. Okay, so what's our bet, guys? 1 with 4 and 5, right? This is the last wager. We want to try to break even. So we're going for it, right? 1 with 4 and 5. I'm going to go for it. Let's keep a close eye. It's going to start in about a minute here. So the 1's coming down. It's only 3.5 to 1. All right, this is the break-even point here. Is our system garbage, or does it have some merit? This is the test. Erica says she's going to write a song about Havana Onana. So she's going to be writing a new piano tune with Bad Bunny called Havana Onana. I can just hear it now, that, you know, Mexican beat. It says we got 5 people on the chat here, so maybe we've got Claudia still. Claudia, are you there? Can you chat? Oh, we're up to 6 now. We're up to 6. So don't forget, guys, we got a 1 with 4-5, right? Let's open up that spreadsheet. Just take another quick look at it here. Okay, so our last bet of the night, 1 with 4-5, okay? So that's our reminder. It's coming up here at Pocono. See what we can do. Jordan, you're a songwriter, right? So I think you can write a song about Havana Onana. It's got a catchy name, the song. Okay, so we're getting ready here. Coming up soon. I'm going to turn on the sound for everybody. Make it a little bit exciting. You can hear it. Ease up. Okay, so they're getting ready soon here. I can see them moving into position. Okay, we're just waiting, guys. Our horse number 1 here. Looking pretty good. What's his name? Let's make sure we know. Celebrity Miracle. And we want 4 or 5 to come in second. So the payouts have gone down now. $35 and $43. All right, here they go. They're getting into position. So we definitely want 1 with 4 and 5. The sound is seems to be off on this. Alright, so we're gonna go without sound here. Let's we'll keep you informed though. We got 1 with 4 and 5, okay? So 1, a great start by the 1, right up the inside to take control. 5's also coming up. So 1 is not letting him up. This is great. So we got 1, 5, 3 gallop, so he's out of the race. So right now we got 1 and 5, right? It might have been okay to sit behind the 5, but we're okay. Okay. We like the 1-5, right, guys? So we'll take it. 1-5 right now. So we just need to hold that all the way around. The problem with this particular track, a lot of times the guy in second has a big advantage and comes in the stretch. So we need to slow it down now, right? This is all about pace. Our driver needs to slow it down a bit. Okay, so you can see the first quarter there, 26 and 4, was pretty quick. Now we'll see what he does with the half. Half 57, so we got 30 and 1 in the second quarter, which is great. So we got 1 with 4-5 right behind his 4 with the 5 on the inside. So it's looking real nice, right? Real nice for us. The guy I'm worried about is really the 5. Not too worried about the 4 right now, though the 4 is coming on. Wow, the 4 is coming up. 1 looks good. Hey, one looks strong. Our guy looks strong here, you know. So let's cheer for that 1. He's looking good. 4's still coming on, though. A little worried about him. I'm worried about the 5 in the stretch coming on. Let's see if 1 can hang on. Can he hang on in the stretch? He's still leading. 5's going to come up the inside on him. Watch this. Still got him, though. 5. Stay back, 5. Stay back, 5. Come on, 1. Come on, 1. Hey, it looks like 5's galloping, so we could have a 1-4. This looks real good, real good. Yes, we got it. We got it, guys. Could be a 1-4 or a 1-5. I think the 5 was galloping, so he'll probably be disqualified. So it looks like it might be 1-4, but we'll wait for the result. What a finish, yeah. See the 5 on the inside? He's going to gallop here. Yeah, you can see his head going up and down. He's galloping. You're not allowed to gallop, right? You've got to keep your pace. So I think it's going to be 1-4. 5 will probably be disqualified. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see if the 5 gets disqualified. So we'll wait around for that. So the inquiry means they're looking at a horse for possible disqualification. Like I said, that's going to be the 5. So potentially, you know, if we do get the 1-4, we could be looking at a $59 payout here, guys. 1-5 is $24. 1-4 is $59. $59 per $2. Yeah, disqualified for gallop. So you have to lose ground on the gallop. He never did. So I imagine 5 is going to get disqualified, and we'll have a 1-4. So I think, you know, we could be looking at a $59 payout for $2. So multiply that by 2.5. We could be in the range of 118, like $140 payout here. It's going to be phenomenal. So let's see what happens. So just wait for the verdict, and then we'll get the payout. So unofficially, oh, the 5 is out. You can see it already. Threw him out. So we got a 1-4. So again, that's a big pay, right, guys? That's could be a $59 payout here. So let's wait for the official results. And we're just 8 o'clock here, but we got to get the final results before I log off here on the stream, guys. You know, we got our 6th race in. We got to see the results. So let's see where we're at. Still unofficial. We'll wait till it's official, and then we'll go check the results. We'll fill in our spreadsheet. We'll talk about the system, right? Oh, it's official. We got it, guys. 1-4. So let's go get our payout. So let's turn this off. So I'm going to switch over to our payout here. So all right, so let's go back. We're going to look at Pocono results. And we got a 1-4 exactor, 5870. 5870. So I'm going to go to the spreadsheet. So we got a 1482 is the result. 1482. And what did I say? I gotta go check that again. So we got a 5870 payout. So that's going to equal to 58.70 times 2.5 because we have $5 on it. Hey, we got 100. Let's go back and just see what the average fan would have bet in that race, right? So we would have picked the favorite, which would have been 5 with 1 and 4s. They didn't win. So the average fan would have done 5 with 1 and 4. We got a 0 payout. Okay, so let's look at our results. So the system, you can see here, the system, guys, we ended up with $178.57. Remember, we started with 60, so we gained a net of $118.57. Return on investment, almost 200%, right? We almost tripled our money, right? Because 60 to 180 would have been triple, so we almost tripled it. We ended up 197.6%. Versus the average fan came in at 47% loss. So they ended their bank at $30. So they lost about half their money. So I think, when you look at this, the system is pretty good. Pretty good, right? It's 1 hour. And we made a profit of $180. So you get paid $180 an hour. All right, so the verdict here is that DM system seems legit. Seems legit. Okay, guys, so let's go back. I'm going to spread. Oh, I wasn't sharing the spreadsheet with you guys, so let's make sure you can see it. Okay, got the spreadsheet up. Here we go. Okay. So you can see what I was talking about. We made a $178 profit, so almost 200% return on our original 60. So we got 60 plus. Sorry, we didn't make $178 profit. We ended up with $178, right? So we actually made $120. That's pretty good. Yeah, so again, $120 an hour, right? Because we were here for an hour. Okay, so there we go. So that's the broadcast for tonight. The challenge DM system paid off, right? No problem. So the system paid off. It's a good system. It's quick, right? We go back to our PowerPoint for a second. Let's take a look at that. So we talked through this PowerPoint. The verdict is we're going to punch in the values, but remember the benefits, right? The advantages here. It's a quick system, easy to understand, provides clear indicators when somebody's ahead. That last race we had 2 guys that were pretty close. We chose the guy that paid the better odds, right? It's something you can do in this system. Works well. So I think DM's got a good system here. And we'll see if we can get a new challenger next week. Or we can run DM system again. See how we do. Just make sure it's real. Okay? So I want to thank everyone for joining. Thanks for all the comments. And we're going to log off. All right, guys. Have a good night.